Yeah, hi team. So I think we can go and start the session. Meantime, if others will come, right, like they can go on join the session. Let me share my screen. So we can go. So today, right, what we'll see, right, we will see that, okay, until now, right, like if you see, right, we have seen the notification, right, we are sending that email and all, right. Now, if I will go and show you, let me search tower one. Yeah, so this one was the one where we are sending the notification. So if you said this was the one in which we are sending single notification, right? Now what will happen, right, in case if I have to, let me make a clone of this one first. Yeah, so we will use the lookup concept. We'll put this into our package and clone. Yeah, so now suppose this is the running, right? For example, this is the running, and now what will happen, right? Suppose if customer will come and they will say that, okay, we need to change the uh, mail, right, to whom we are sending, right? So for example, right, we have put some email and all, and for example, right, all those mails, right, are going to some particular person, right? So in this case, right, it is coming to me, and in other cases, right, suppose it can come to the some specified person, right? For example, the project lead, right, or the tech lead, right, or maybe the finance head of the department, right? So the emails will go to them, right? So now what we do, right, if you see, right, if I will come into this one, right, and what we are doing right here, we are hard coding this one, right, that okay, to whom we wanted to send that email, right? In rest all things, if you see, right, those are things are okay, right, we can go and send, right, there is no issue in that one, right? But in this case, if you see, right, we have hard coded, right, this one. Now suppose tomorrow, right, because in the organization, right, or in anywhere, right, it is possible that, okay, suppose I am the project manager, right, so it is coming to me, right? Now what will happen, right, suppose I will leave the organization, right, and then what will happen, somebody else will come as a project manager, right? So what will happen, right, after me, right, whatever the emails are coming to me, right, now all those things needs to be redirected to the some other person, right, like whoever the new person, right? So what will happen, right, we have to come, we have to modify this URL, right, like this email address, right, and then we have to go and activate, right, again, right? But if you see, right, this is what, right, this is like what we have, right, it's kind of we are making the code changes, right? So suppose if whenever the any manager will change, any person will change, right? So suppose if he gets a new project manager, right, or the team will change, right? Or if you suppose earlier it was just going to the one person, now we wanted to send like some more persons, right? So each time, right, we have to come and we have to modify this list, right? Then when we are modifying, right, so when it is in the production, right, so that time we cannot go. If I have to make any changes, right, what I have to do, right, we have to come here, deactivate, then make changes, and then we have to reactivate again, right? But suppose if some issues will happen, right, while changing and all, right, then what will happen, right? Our production's code is going to be impacted, right? So this is kind of a hard coding we are doing, right? So just to avoid all these things, right, we will have a separate concept of the lookup, right? So what we do, right, in that there we can go and define, and then we will refer here. So that okay, if tomorrow we have to modify, right, we will not come and we will not modify here, right? What we will do, right, we will modify into that lookup itself, and then from there, right, it is going to be taken care, right? So that is how we can go and use the lookup, right? So only for the notification we will use the lookup, no, right? For any purpose we can go and use, right? So wherever we need to avoid hard coding, right? So all those places, right, what we do, right, we can go and write there, right? So what is the lookup, right? First we wanted to see, right, what is the lookup, right? Discard. So if you see, right, this is a place, right, where we have this lookup, right? So what we do, right, we can come here and we can go and create our lookups here, right? So if you see, right, we already have created this lookup, right? So if you see, right, that time, yeah. So if you see, right, when I was showing this one, right? So what we are doing, right? We are writing here the lookups and all, right? Now, for example, if I will go to this one, this is some sample, right? Not this one. Let me check if we have anything. Yeah, so if you see it, this is there for item type mapping, right? If you see, this is not there for the email, right? So whenever, if you know, right, like when we use for the countries, right? So wherever like it's kind of a code and all, right? Then the meaning can go and change, right? So those purposes, right? Also, right, we can go and use the lookup, right? So this is like where we can go and do, right, this lookup, right? So wherever you can consider that, okay, this is kind of a hard coding we are doing, right? So to avoid all those hard coding, right, we can go and use a lookup, right? If you see right here, item codes are going to be same always, right? They cannot go on change, right? But item name, right, item name can go and modify, right? So due to that reason, right, what we have done, we have created a lookup with the item type naming and this one, right? Then if you go and see like some more, we can go and see. So see department making, employee category, people connect. So I think in this one we, yeah. So if you see right in this one, right, in this one we have configured too many things, right? If you see right here, right? So like this one, right, we can go and configure anything, whatever we need, right? Whatever informations we can consider that, okay, in future these values can go and change, right? So for example, right, when we will use that FTP, right? File transfer protocol, right? So that time we know, right, like we have to read the file from some location, right? So that location we need to put, right? So instead of hard coding that location into our code, right, what we do, right, we can go and put that location into the lookup, right? Because tomorrow if the lookup will change, if the value will change, right? Suppose the folder structure got changed, right? So what will happen, right? We have to go into the integration, we have to modify, right? So again, it is kind of a rework, right? We have, but what will happen in that case, right? If we use the lookup concept, right? So we don't have to do that kind of thing, right? Directly we can go and use that one, right? So we can just go and modify here only, and then it is going to be taken care. So if you see job functions, so in this one, right, we are writing function codes and function names are different, right? So now what we do, right, we will go and create our lookup, right? So we can say create lookup, and what we do, right, we will create our new lookup as b21 underscore YC email notify, right? So this we will go and create. We can say create. Now what will happen, right? We can go and define here, right? That okay, what all things we need to do and put, right? So here we can say edit domain name, and this name we can go and say that okay, action, right? And in this one, right, we can go and put the value, right? So in this one, right, what we will put, right, we can put like from email, right? We can put. So if you see it, if you wanted to configure the from also, right? So we can go and configure that also, right? As of now, right, we'll just use to email. And what we do right here, we can go and put that one, right? So pass dot trainer 12 at the rate cloudshine.com, right? So this is what we have created, right? Now we can go and save. So one minimum value will be there, right? So one minimum value is already there, right? So now what we do, right? We can come here. So this is what we are using right here. Now we have created, right? Now what I will do, right? How I will, we can go and utilize this one, right? Into our code. So we can come here. So we have created one notification here. Now this was our integration. We can come here. Now if you see it, this is a place, right, where we have hard coded it. So now what we do, right, we can come here and instead of hard coding, right, so this is a what information, right, where we have hard coded it. So we can just copy in case if that was wrong. So I will just put here. So we can go and clear this one first. Now what we need to do, right, we need to get the value from the lookup, right? Now where is that lookup, right, or how we can get that value from the lookup, right? So for that reason, right, what we have, right, we have to go to the functions, and in the functions, right, we will come to the integration cloud. So with the integration, right, we will have some functions available, right? So in this one, if you see, right, lookup value, right? So this is the function what we need, right? So we can go and use this one here, right? So once we drag and drop, right, what will happen, right? We will get this screen, right? To which value we wanted to configure, right? So lookup, right? So if we know, right, we have n number of lookups into our code, right? So which lookups we need to see, right? So we can say we need to look for this one, right? So we can select this one. Then we can go to the next step, right? So we have came here. Now here we have to configure, right, what is our source and what is our target, right? So source is our action, right? And target, right, is like our value, right? Because we wanted to read this value, right? So we told action is going to be this one and the value is going to be this one, right? Now we can say next. Now default value, right? In case, right, when we are writing this logic and all, right, suppose if our value is not matching, right, due to any reason, right? So that time, right, what we do, right, this default value will come, right? So it means the email will go to this default. This is optional. If you wanted to put, right, you can go and put, otherwise that is okay. Now we can say next. So now if you see, right, we came to the summary page, right? So what we happen right here, we came to the summary, right? So now what will happen, right, in this one, this is going to be the our resulting expression, right? So this is the code, right, which will bring the value, right? So in this one, right, if you see, we have some parameters, right? So these are the parameters, right? So the first parameter is like the our lookup name. So if you say lookup name first, second is the source name, we have the action. Next is the source value, right? So this is a source value placeholder. If you see, the value for this parameter should be set in the editor, right? It means we need to go and pass this value, right? Then what is the next one? Target value, right? So whatever value we will pass here, right? So for that one, right, the corresponding value will come, right? So this is the value. Default we have not given, right? So if we have given anything default, right, so what would happen, right? So that would have come here, right? So for example, right, if I will go back and I will put the default value, this one, right? So we can say next. So if you see, right, default value came this one, right? And if you see, right, in our expression, right, default value is 1. What will happen in that case, right? Suppose if this value will not map, right, or this will not come, right, then it will go to this one, right? So let me go and see. We'll not put anything as of now, right here. We can say next, right? So we don't have anything, right? Now what we do, right? We can say done. So once we done, right? So if you see, this is the value we got right here, right? So this is the thing which we are getting, right? Lookup. So with the help of this one, right, we will get the value. In this one, right, the source value placeholder, right? This value we have to go and modify, right? So what we need to do right here, here we need to put the code, right? That okay, what value we need to fetch, right? So we can say right here to email, right? So to email we wanted to put, right? Now we can go and do the save, right? So now let us go and first validate, like, so we can go and activate and refresh. So it came here, we can come back, we can say run, we can say run here again. Now we can come to our email and we can see did we have anything. So if you see it 8:23, right, we receive one email, right? So if you see, we have received the email, right? So it means like our code is working fine, right? Without making. So if you see, right, where is we have the lookup, right? So if you see, right, message received, message sent, right? So what will happen, right? When the code, right, the value got from the address, right? So where is that one we have? So value we got from here, right? For the two column. Now what will happen, right? Suppose in case if we wanted to send change, right? What will happen, right? Now suppose this is already running, right? We can say that okay, going forward, right? The email should come to somebody else also, right? So do we need to go and modify the code? No, right? What we do, right? We can come here and we can go and change this only, right? So we can just go and put this email address here one more. So can anyone of you help me with your email address if anyone can give? So we can check that, okay? Hello team, anyone?
Um, you want
Yeah,
to type
please.
or you
Yeah,
want me
yeah.
to?
You can, I think we don't have here. Okay, I think we have the chat here. No, I don't think we have the chat option. Yeah, you can ping me. Or sorry, we have the chat, right? So you can put into the chat here. So chat is not available. Okay, not an issue. So you can just let me know. I will type it.
Yeah, it's J, letter J, and kanakamela at yahoo.com. J, K,
J
A, N, yeah, K, A, N, A,
K A N A
K, A,
K
M, E,
A N E
M, M in Mary, M, E,
N E O
M,
M.
M, M,
Okay.
no, 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 K, A, N, A, K, A, there is no N, the M, M
Okay,
in,
this is okay.
M
This
in
is
Mumbai,
M.
yeah, E, M, E, D, A, L,
M
A, D, D for Delhi,
D
yeah, A,
A
L,
L
A
A.
at yahoo.com.
Okay. So now if you see, right, what happened, right? Earlier here we have, let me just copy in case if something goes wrong. We don't have to type again. Right? So now what we are doing, right? Suppose going earlier, right? I was a project manager. Now I am leaving the organization. So going forward, right? Jay is going to be the project manager, right? So all email, right? He should receive now, right? So what will happen now, right? He will receive this notification, right? So what will happen? Earlier it was my email address, right? Now what will happen, right? We will change with the Jay's email address. So what we do, right? We have modified. We can do the save. So now if you see, right, when we do the save, right, what will happen, right? This is going to be the activated, right? So we can say save. So we have saved successfully, right? Now let us come back. Now, do we have to modify any change code changes in this one? No. Let us go and see. We are not making any changes, right? We can directly run first. Will this work or not, right? So we can say submit. So email is gone. We can go and check here. So if you see, right, in the two address, right, what is coming now? Like the new email address is coming, right? If I will come and see here, right? So I have not received any email, right? If you see, right, last I have received on 8:23 only, right? 8:27 I have not received any email notification, right? So now if I Jay can confirm, right? Jay, you have received email, right?
Not yet. Let me refresh.
Yeah, you can just refresh.
Uh, yeah.
So you have
It's
received that email,
voice email service, right? Yeah. It
right?
went away. It
Yeah.
went away.
So
It went
yeah,
away.
yeah, it will
Okay.
go to the spam, I guess. Yeah. So if you see
Okay.
it, yeah, we are able to receive that email, right? So this is how we can do, right? Now suppose if you have to modify again, right? Earlier we are giving one value, right? For example, right here in the lookup, right? Going forward, right? It can be like suppose earlier, now like suppose there is a project manager, right? And I want that okay, the email should go to me also, right? Like we wanted to send the email to the multiple team members, right? So what we do, right? Here we can come here and we can go and add one more list here, right? So we can add one more here, right? We can say save. So we can do the save. So when we have to use the multiple values, right? What multiple email address? So it we have to use the comma separated, right? Then it will go and take the multiple values, right? So now we have given this one. Now let us come back again and we will test our integration. So integration, if you see it, we have not made any changes. It is still in the same thing, right? So we are just going and directly running. So we'll go and run. So if we come here, right, and see. So if you see it in the two address, right, now what is happening, right? Two email addresses came right here. And if I will go come here and see, right? So if you see it, email, right? I have received that email notification, right? So we can click into this one. So if you see it, the email is went to the two-person right? Hi team, below are the details. So in the two right, if you see it, it will go and show this name also, and it will show the other name also, right? So this is how we can go and send, right? Now what will happen going forward, right? If you have to modify any value, anything, right? Do we have to go and change the code? No. What we have to do, right? We just can go and use that one, right? So that is how we can go and use the lookups in the OIC, right? So same way, right? It's not only for the one purpose we can go and use, right? We can go and use for multiple purposes. So suppose we have this integration, right? So what will happen, right? We can create one lookup table only, right? And we can go and take care of all the integrations, right? Into that one, right? So that okay, suppose if you have multiple integrations, right? So no need to create one lookup for each integration, right? What we do, right? We can go and create one only, right? So for example, right, we can go and modify this integration little bit different. So this is our integration, right? We can come back here and what we do, right? Instead of action, right, we can say here integration code, right? So what we do, right? We can say integration, right? So we can say edit. We can say integration code, right? We can go and click into OK, right? Now what will happen, right? This is the integration code and this is the value which we have, right? So instead of putting these two and all, right, what we do, right, here we can go and put that, okay, integration 25, right? So for integration 25, right, we wanted to use these email addresses. I will create one more, okay, not column. What we do, right, we can create here two things, right? So in this one, I can create this as a to email, so to whom we are sending, right? We can go and create one more column. So this what we can do, right? For example, I can put CC email, right? So CC email we can go and put here. And then, right, suppose if you have any more column, right, which information, for example, right, subject also, right, we'll bring from here only, right? So we can say email subject, right? Right. So this is what we have done, right? So this is a integration which we have created. Now we can go and add one more row here. And for example, right, this we can use integration underscore 26, right? So for 26, right, we wanted to send to this one. In this one, right, CC, I will put this one. And in this one, I will put this one, right? And here subject, I can say email from integration 25, email from integration 26, right? So if you see, right, Everything we can go and control from here only, right? So now what we do, right? We can go and do the save. We can save. Now what will happen, right? We will go and modify. Now if you see, right, we have modified this integration completely, right? If I will go and run my integration, right, now it will go and fail, right? Because we have changed the column name itself, right? Column name and right. So if you modify the column name, right, and all code, right, it will not work, right? So let us go and test it out once. So if you see, right, it came here. If you see, right, now it is going into the error, right? And why it is getting? Because to address is empty, right? There is no column with the to address, right? So if you see, right, when we are doing the while sending the email, right, this error came, right? Because from the lookup, right, we are not getting any value. So what is happening, right? This to address in the email, right, it is a blank. So due to that reason, right, this notification got failed, right? Now what we do, right, we can come back and we can go and modify our integration accordingly. So we can do the deactivate. And what I will do, right, here we can come here. And what I will do, right, I will create one variable here first, right? So we can go. Or for example, right, we can go and pass as a parameter only, right? So same integration, right, we can go and show that, okay, run as a integration 25 and run as a integration 26, right? So what we do, right, we can go and pass the value from the parameter itself, right? So what we do, right, we will go and create a parameter here. So in that parameter, right, what we'll do, right, I will go and pass the value one time as integration 25 and one time I will pass as a integration 26, right? So we can come here and what we'll do, right, here we'll go and write one integration code, right? So in this one, right, we will go and pass the value, right? So default value will not put anything and we can do the save. Now what will happen, right? We will come into our this one. Notification, right? So here, right, what we are doing right here. Now we know, right, we have to go and modify this one, right? Because this is not the correct one now, right? So what we do, right, we can go and replace and we can come back again and we can go to the integration code again. Get the same thing back again. So we have to use a configure first and then we have to go and place the file. So this is the column. Now what is the source column, right? So source column is the integration code and target is our to email, right? Now we can say next default value, right? If you wanted to put, right, we can go and put default value, right? So what I will do, right, I will go and put the default value this time. We can say next. And what we do, right, this is a complete code got generated, right? So we can say done. So now what will happen, right? This is our source placeholder value, right? So this time, right, we will not hard code, right? What we do, right, we already have the variable, right? This integration code, right? So what we do, right, instead of hard coding, right, we can go and use this variable, right? So the value will come from this one, right? So if you see, right, we have put the integration code, right? So what will happen, right? The value will come from this one, right? So this is what we have done, right, for the save. Now we know, right, we have done for the CC also, right? So what we do, right, we can go and use the same concept for this also, right? So we can come here and here, right, if you see, right, suppose if you don't find able to find, right, you can search also, right? You can say, right, just look up, then it will come here wherever, right? So directly we can go and do the search also. So again, we can do same we wanted to use, right? So this time, right, what will happen, right? Integration code only, but target will change, right? Target is going to be the CC email, right? We can say next and next. And what will happen, right? We can say done. And same way again, right? Here, the source value placeholder value, right? We can go and change with a integration code. right? Now what will happen, right? If you see, right, our subject, right, even the subject also we have hard coded, right? So if you want, right, subject also, right, we have put into our, right? So what we do, right, we can go and put this also here, right? So we can come back again, integration code and lookup value. So we can come here, integration code, and in this one, right, what will happen, right? Email subject will come. We can say next, next, and done, right? So what we are doing, right, here also we are doing this one, right? So what we do, right, we can come back again. We can go and replace this with the integration code and with this one, right? So now what we do, right, we can go and do the save. So if you see, right, we are able to make the changes, right? Now what I will do, right, I will go and run this one, right? So we can come here, activate, and if we do the refresh, right, so now we are doing this one, right? So now if you see it in our whole integration, right, we have not used any of the information hard coded, right? We are changing the values, right? All values we put in the dynamic, right? So we can go and run now, right? So now if you see it, we have created two things right now, right? User ID and integration code. So integration code, right, we have to go and pass, right? Otherwise what will happen, right? Suppose if I will go and run without this one, right, what will happen, right? Our email, right, will not go and select anything, right? Because with the integration 25 only, right, it will go and take that value, right? So if you see, right, this time if I will see, right, what email address it came. So if you see it, this time it take the email address, right? Now you can ask me, right, why it has taken the email address, right? When we have not passed, right? So it came why? Because we have put the default value, right? So due to that reason, right, the default value is kind of a mandatory. It's kind of an option, but it is kind of a good practice to put that value, right? So that, okay, in case, right, if suppose we will not able to match with any condition, right, instead of filling our integration, right, it will go to the one, right? So this is what we have, right? Now if you see, right, how you can say that, okay, this got failed, right? If you see in the subject, right, there is nothing coming, right? From address it will come from this one. To address, right, it came from the default value, right? So if you see it, we can come here. So if you see here, the email we have received, right, but no subject, right? Now what I will do, right, I will go and test it out again with the value. So I will say integration underscore 25, right? So this is the value which we are putting right into this one, right? We can go and run. So this time if you see it, we have got email. So if you see it, we got the email as email from integration 25, right? And if you see it, it is this one and CC is this one, right? What I will do, right? If I will go and write here integration number 26, right? So what will happen, right? My 2 and these will things, right, will change. So integration number 26, if I am running, right, for example, we have received one more email. So if you see it, the the subject, right, the subject also got changed, right? In this one it was integration 25, in this, right, it is a integration 26, and in this one if you see it, two email addresses like CloudShine, right? In this one, right, it was into the CC address. So if you see it, all the values are coming, right? If I will go and show you this one right here, notification. So if you see, two address came and CC address also it will came, right? If you see, CC address also came, right? So this is how we can go and make the things dynamically, right? So that, okay, in case of any issues, right, like any changes, right, we don't have to go and modify our integration, right? Because if you see that the lookup code was right, it kind of a complex code, right? So if we go and modify directly there, right, there is a possibility, right, we can go and miss some comma, something we can miss, right? So what will happen, right? Our whole code is, there is a possibility it can go and break, right? So due to that reason, right, we cannot go and do this one, right? So we have to use the lookup wherever it's kind of a, if any value which you looks like that, okay, this is going to be the changing value, right? So for example, right, one is like when we read like FTP is the one example I showed, right? That, okay, when we read that FTP location, right, we know, right, instance wise instance, right, the location, right, or the folder structure, right, can go and modify, right? So instead of modifying the whole code, right, we can create a lookup and we can put the value there, right? So that, okay, we can go and reutilize the same thing, right? Same way, right, when we will use the BIP reports, right? So BIP reports also will give the path, right? That, okay, the report is there on which path, right? So for example, right, when we wanted to run multiple reports, right, what we do, right, we can go and give the path, right? And we can keep looping those things, right? So dynamic values, right, we can go and read from the lookup. And if you have to modify, right, so without impacting the code, right, we can go and modify the lookup, right? So that is what we have the lookup concept. So if anyone has any questions, we can go and take those questions now. Okay, so if no questions, then I think we are good with this topic. The next topic, right, which is the third type of integration. So I will just give the introduction of that one only, and tomorrow we'll do the hands-on for that one. So we have seen till now, right, two types of integrations we have seen, right? Application integration we have seen, and then the next is the schedule type of integration we have seen, right? What is the next, right? So the next is a third type of integration. So when you click, right, what will happen, right? This is a third type of integration, which is a event integration, right? So for this one, right, now this event integration and this event, right, both will go in hand, right? So before coming to here, right, what we need to do, right, we need to go and create the event, because this will run when the event is published, right? Now what is that event, right, or where is that event, right? So that event we need to go and define first here, right? So we have to come here and we need to create an event, right? So we can go and use the event, right? Now once that event is created, right, what will happen, right? Then we will go and create a integration, right? Then this integration, but in this one, right, in the case of event, right, it is not kind of a one integration, right? We need to go and create two integrations, right? So this integration is nothing but like this is a publisher and subscriber, right? So one integration we need where we will publish the event, right? Because this will run when the event is published, right? So it means like somebody will publish, right? So who is that somebody, right? So that somebody is like another integration. So one integration will be there which will publish that event. Then whichever integrations are starting from that one, right, all those integrations will go and start, right? So that is like publisher and subscriber. So for that example, if you wanted to see, right, I will say that, okay, the YouTube thing we can go and consider, right? So in the YouTube, right, we know there are two types of uh, uh, audience, right? One is a content creator and one is a content consumer, right? So what will happen, right? The content creator, right, the content creator will upload the video, right? So what we do, right, we can create one event as a video upload, right? And then what will happen, right, whoever are the content creator, right, so they will go to that YouTube studio, right, they will upload the file, and then they will press some upload button, right? So when they will press that upload button, right, for example, right, we can go and configure the one integration there, right? And that what will do, right, that will go and publish the event, right? So that will publish that event, right? So once it will publish that event, right, what will happen, right? Then we will write one more integration, the subscriber integration, right? So what that subscriber integration will do, right? So the subscriber integration will do that notification thing, right? That, okay, suppose whenever I will, so for example, right, we can consider this example, right? I am the content creator and you are the content consumer, right? So I will upload video on my channel, right? So once I will upload, right, and if you are my subscribers, right, what will happen, right? You guys will receive the notification, right? Only you will receive the notification, not other people will receive the notification, right? Why? Because we have configured in that way that, okay, whoever, right? Now how that notification things will start, right? So when I will upload video, right, I can create one event, right? Once I will upload it, the video uploaded, event will publish, and then what will happen, right? So the next set of integration will start working, right? And that will go and send that email, right? So that is how like this event will work in the picture. But if you ask me, right, in the real world, right, like around 90 to 95% of the integrations, right, will fall into these two categories only. In this one, right, very limited integrations will fall, but most of the integration, right, will fall into these two, application and schedule. So the hands-on, right, we will see tomorrow, and that time, right, you will get like more clarity that okay, how this event thing or third type of pattern you used to work. So if anyone has any questions, let me know. We can go and take those questions now. Any questions? Okay, so if no question, then I think we can go and wrap up the session today here only. We'll connect tomorrow, same time. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you.